Hi, this is Julianne Price, and welcome to HealthyCoach.com. Today we're going to be talking about those things that really frustrate you with regard to your health, things that have been bothering you for a long time. For example, maybe you've been trying to give up soda or quit smoking. Maybe you've been trying to stop eating so much sweets. Or maybe you've been trying to do something good, like you're trying to eat healthier or work out on a regular basis. And these things have been building up and you just can't seem to get them done, and they frustrate you and they make you angry. And today we're going to talk about how a health coach can help you with those issues and get you to that point where you're achieving that goal or making that success that you've wanted for so long. You might be saying to yourself, well, what's a health coach and do I need one? And so today we're going to really talk about, number one, what is a health coach? Number two, how could you benefit from a health coach? And number three, what can you expect out of a health coaching relationship? So let's just start off with, what is a health coach? It's not something that you may be familiar with. And a health coach is someone who, again, focuses only on health issues such as eating or overeating or trying to lose weight, trying to start a fitness routine, trying to break a bad health habit like smoking or eating too many sweets. Your health coach is the person who walks you through all those processes. You may be thinking, well, I don't even know. I know that I don't feel comfortable. I know that I want something to change, but I don't even know what it is. A health coach is someone who can help you uncover what is it that's bothering you, what is it that we need to achieve, and help you define your goals that maybe they're just a little bit hidden from you right now, but you have this general sense of discomfort or unrest. That's what a health coach will help you get through. So a health coach is not a dietitian. We're not physical therapists. We're not going to psychoanalyze you. We're not doctors. We're a coach, and what we do is we help you stay motivated and help you focus on your goals. And let me give you an example of a client I worked with who wanted to lose weight. She knew everything. She knew the benefits of losing weight. She knew the dangers of being overweight. She knew what she wanted to do as far as even the gym she even wanted to go to. And she even knew how good it felt when she was working out, yet she couldn't do it. She just couldn't get herself down there and get started. That's what a health coach does. And after our very first session, she got down to the gym. After our second session, she was working out. That is what the whole point behind health coaching is, to get you off your butt and get you doing it. We hold you accountable for the things that you said you were going to do. So if your goal was to lose a pound a week, the health coach is there to say, okay, well, what are the steps you're going to take and how are you going to do? If you told me you're going to go work out on Tuesday, I'm going to say, well, did you work out on Tuesday? We're kind of the little voice on your shoulder saying, you said this is what you're going to do. How'd you do? So we're there to coach you through. Think of any Olympic athlete. They don't get where they want to be without a coach behind them. And the coach isn't doing the work for them. The coach is helping them focus, helping them correct any mistakes, and move forward. So again, that is what a health coach does. How many times have you made a New Year's resolution and said, well, I want to do X, Y, and Z. January, you're gung-ho. February, you're still okay. March, you start to fall off track. By April, it's this faded memory. It's always the joke at the gym. In January and February, you can't get in the door because it's so crowded. And in March and April, it starts to taper off, and by June, it's a ghost town. Well, that's the job of the health coach, is to keep you focused so that you don't lose momentum in February and you don't lose it in March. And then by June, you're still going strong. The health coach is there to keep you on track and keep you focused so you don't lose any of your forward action and your motivations. Another thing the health coach does for you is they help you celebrate your successes. People don't understand or maybe aren't aware of how much effort it takes for you just to get to the gym for that first time. You might tell a coworker, I went down and signed up for the gym, and they say, oh, okay. But a health coach knows how hard it was for you to get to that door and to sign up. That we help you celebrate those little things that you do, every little step that you take. We understand how hard it was for you to get there. And so you get this sense of somebody who understands and somebody who can celebrate it with you that you're just not going to get from other people. And another thing that a health coach does for you is we're not your best friend. We're not your buddy. So we're not going to make it okay. You say we're going to eat healthy and you created this meal plan, and day 3 you found yourself snacking on pizzas. Well, your friend might be saying, oh, that's okay, it was a great pizza day, or we're all going out together. It's okay, don't worry about it. That's not what a health coach is going to do. The health coach is going to say, okay, well, what happened? Let's talk about it. What can we do in the future to prevent you from slipping back and having the pizza when you go out with all your friends? That's what a health coach, that's the big difference, is we're not emotionally tied to you the way your friend is. We're not here to make you feel better. My job is to say, okay, well, this is what you said you wanted to do. Is this really what you want? And are you willing to do what it takes? And what can we do to help you next time? So it's a whole different feeling. We're not the soft, make you feel good. We're just going to kind of almost be a mirror back to, this is what you said you wanted. How did that work for you today? And what can we do to make you feel better? And again, we're not going to judge you. We're not holding you accountable, and we're not going to smack you on the hand to say, oh, you didn't do what you said you were going to do, bad, and make you feel guilty. Our job is to be encouragers and not to make you feel guilty, but also not to let you slip back. So, in the case of, having eaten something that you weren't planning to do, our job is not to say, oh, I'm going to smack you on the hand. It's to say, well, let's look at that. What caused you to want it? Could we have done something differently? Could you have eaten before you went out so that you weren't hungry when you got to the restaurant? We're going to talk you through all the different steps, but again, not make you feel guilty. You've got that negative voice in your head, we call it the gremlin, that's making you feel bad all the time and just building up all this layers and layers of guilt and why you can't do this. A coach is there to kind of say, all right, stop all of that. Let's just look at what happened. Let's step back, look at it, and see what we can do differently next time. It's almost like you can breathe again. It's a breath of fresh air to say, okay, I can let it go. Whatever happened, happened. We move forward. So a coach is just so beneficial to anybody who's really serious about making a change and just needs a partner to help them through, who's not going to judge them and who's not going to hold them back. You might find, say an example of you want to lose weight, that your whole family's overweight, and they might inadvertently hold you back, because if you lose weight, well, then they have to take a look at what they're eating and they have to take a look at their weight, and they're not ready for that. So without trying, they're going to hold you back and say, oh no, just do this, just have dinner with us, just sit down, have some more. They're not trying to hold you back, but they are. And a coach is just kind of the opposite of that. We're trying to push you to your goal. We're trying to help you get there. So we're not going to make it okay to lose sight of your goals, where your family, although they have the best intentions for you, may hold you back. So a coach is your partner who doesn't judge you and, again, who doesn't hold you back. Now you might say, well, that all sounds great, but do I really need a health coach? And what I'd say is, if you're serious, if you want to make a change, then yes, definitely consider a health coach. If you're someone who's saying, well, someday I want to make a change, someday I want to give up smoking, then the health coach is not going to do you any good, because we can't build motivation into you. If you've already got the motivation, then we can help you. Then we can work with you. But if it's just some goal that is off in the distant future, really, the health coaching is not for you. But if you feel like, okay, I'm ready, I want to do it, then it's time to go and get a health coach. And again, it's not a someday thing. You've got to want to do it, and you've got to want to do it now. If you start now, 6 months from now, you're going to be great. You're going to be where you want to be. But you can't keep putting it off and putting it off. A health coach is there to help you now, to help you today. So don't put this off. If you feel like you know everything you need to do, or maybe you don't have a clue what you need to do, but you know you need to do something, then get a health coach and get one now. Don't waste any more time. Move forward. Now you might want to say, well, what do I expect? What do I get out of a health coaching session? Well, when you're working with me, our first session is a 45-minute session where we really go in depth. We look at what is it you're trying to achieve, and how did you get to where you are now. If you were, say we'll look at working on losing weight. Well, what are some of the things you've tried in the past? What worked for you? What didn't work for you? How did you get where you are now? What are some of the factors? What are some of the triggers that cause you to eat when you shouldn't be eating, or cause you to eat foods that you shouldn't be eating? So that first session is a 45 minutes of in-depth conversation back and forth, just understanding what has gotten you to this point and what it is you want to achieve. Then after that, for 3 weeks, we meet once a week. And again, these meetings are via phone, so you don't have to worry about where you are in the country in relation to me. And we meet on the phone for 30 minutes once a week for 3 weeks after that. And during this time, we're setting up a plan, and we're getting you started on that plan. So again, if it's losing weight, it's determining a fitness routine, determining a meal plan, whatever it is that is part of your goal. We're going to work on setting up those first 3 weeks. And then after that, we meet twice a month for 30 minutes, again via phone, and we email as needed throughout the week. So again, if you told me you were going to work out on Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to email you Tuesday afternoon or Thursday afternoon to say, did you get to the gym this morning? So the interaction throughout the month will vary depending on what your goals are, but you will have at least those 2 phone calls for 30 minutes each month to go over what your goals are and how you're doing. So that's kind of what the health coaching program is. In the meantime, you may be getting articles from me saying, oh, I saw this and it relates to what you're working on. I think it might be helpful to you. And if a question comes up, then we can answer that question and move on. And let me give you an example of a health coaching session that I did. Again, I had this woman who really wanted to lose weight and knew all her reasons. And after that first session, we got her down to the gym. And then when we called for the second session, I said, okay, how'd your first workouts go? And she said, I couldn't get myself to go to the gym. I just, I knew what I wanted to do, and I put all my money down. I was signed up, and I couldn't get myself to go. And she was so angry with herself and frustrated. And that whole first session, we talked about it. And what came out of it was she realized she didn't want to look stupid. That was her whole problem, was going down to the gym, and there's all these young people who are in great shape, and they're working on the equipment. And she didn't want to go down there and be the fat lady who didn't know how to use the first piece of equipment. That was the problem. It wasn't that she wasn't motivated, it's just that she didn't want to look stupid. And so we worked out a plan for how to get a personal trainer for a couple of weeks to show her how to use the equipment. And then she was off and she was running. So, that's kind of an example of what you'll get out of coaching. Again, it's not to beat you up, it's to say, well, okay, what can we do? What was the problem? What really was going on underneath all those layers, and figure out how to fix that and move forward. So that's just an example of what a health coaching session is. Now, you might be saying, I don't know if I can afford a health coach. And I'll tell you, they are expensive. The average health coach charges $200 a month, which I think is just beyond what an average working woman can afford. We have kids, we have meals, and soccer practice that we have to pay for their soccer uniform. You just don't have that kind of money to throw around, I think, on a monthly basis. So I've come up with different programs, different levels, because I want to make it affordable for you. And I recommend that you go to the website, healthycoach.com, and check out what packages I have available. It doesn't do me any good to be the best health coach in the world and not have you to coach. So I have to make it affordable because I need to talk with you and I want to work with you. And so I really did everything I could to make the programs affordable for you, and I think you'll find that they're definitely a lot less money than the $200 a month. So I encourage you to go to the website, check it out, and again, if this is something you really want to do, don't wait, don't keep pushing it off. Today is the best day for you to go and get started. And if you go to the website and you have questions, email me, or if you want to talk to me before we get started, pick up the phone and call me. I encourage you, just don't put it off. Make that very first step. Get going. Get your foot in the door and start working towards your goals now. And when we work together, we work for typically I work for 6 months. And the reason for that is, 3 months it takes you just to get that routine going and get started. If you stop then, your routine could easily fall apart that first bump you hit in the road. So we have to get past the 3-month point. At 6 months, it's really become part of your routine. You're definitely in a groove of whatever it is, whether it's giving up something or starting something new. You're really feeling like you're into that mode of doing whatever that new habit is. And then I encourage you to stick for a year, because by a year, you've kind of gone through all the seasons. You've gone through the stressful holiday season. You've gone through the nice, relaxing summer season where temptation is very high. So if you go through a year and you're still able to stick to whatever your goal is, you're going to be set for life. And that's the point, is to get this habit or this bad habit or good habit set and dealt with and move on. So I encourage you to stick with her for a year, but again, 6 months is really the minimum for a health coaching program. So I hope you'll take a look at the website, healthycoach.com, and like I said, give me a call, and I'd love to talk to you some more. So I look forward to getting to know you, and we'll talk soon. Again, this is Julianne Price, and we'll see you next time.